Quaid Azam Part 219, and the Viceroy made it clear that it would be difficult to make any possible modification in the existing constitutional scheme, and that too at the end of the war. There was little point in proclaiming the intentions of granting dominion status on coming of peace if an essential preliminary like federation was not agreed to, at least in form. By the two major communities, Jinnah did not like the idea of such a declaration, as it would only increase communal tension. He saw no chance of unity unless Congress gave up the claim to speak on behalf of all parties and recognized the Muslim League as representing the Muslims. Though he accepted that he had failed to move narrow on this, Jinnah then pleaded for more protection for Muslims. The Viceroy replied that he had examined the position carefully but could find no specific instances of oppression. Jinnah said that Hindus had a subtle intention to undermine the Muslim Persian, as for example in the instruction issued in the northwest frontier province for compulsory teaching of Hindi. By the middle of November 1939, all the Congress ministries had resigned. Several of them did so hesitantly and with the real regret. The outbreak of the war and subsequent resignation of the Congress ministries introduced a new element in India's politics. Most significantly, the Congress now lost its bargaining power. The strategic error of resigning the office, adding to an already long list of blunders that the Congress had already committed. As long as its ministries were in office, Lithgow could not ignore the Congress. After all, they, the Congress, were responsible for the governance of 8 of the 11 British Indian provinces, and had within their power certainly the potential of obstructing, if not actually impairing, the government's war efforts. When, however, the Congress ministries resigned, Lithgow's attitude also changed, for there was now no urgent necessity to placate the Congress. Parliamentary governance had been suspended in the Congress-held provinces, and the administration resumed directly through the governor's rule. Consequently, the conduct of the war effort actually became so much easier. The British generally believed that in view of the earlier commitments against fascism, it was highly unlikely that the Congress would actually embark on a campaign of civil disobedience, for no doubt international opinion would then roundly condemn any action thwarting the Allied war effort. Besides, the Viceroy was confident that the powers of the Raj were sufficient to deal with any Congress campaign of the civil disobedience, should that at all be undertaken. The Muslim League late in 1939 did not come out openly in support of the government's war effort, but it did not also oppose it. The Muslim ministries of Bengal and Punjab in fact announced and did render unconditional support. However, the Congress' insistence on a definition of Britain's war aims before it would agree to cooperate caused Lithgow to suspect that Congress was maneuvering to take advantage of the Britain's difficulties. In order then to offset Congress hostility, and perhaps mindful of the dangers of the Congress and the Muslims combining in their hostility against the British, as they had done during the Khilafat movement at the end of the First World War, 1857 again, the Viceroy sought support elsewhere. The obvious and the only choice was Jinnah and his Muslim League. Lithgow found an expedient to then befriend the Muslim League and encourage it to become a rival of the Congress on the all India scene. In the process of the government used the existence of the internecine conflicts between the Hindus and Muslims to consolidate its own position. Jinnah was not slow to recognize the changed situation. He remarked, after the war began, I was treated on the same basis as Mr. Gandhi. I was wonderstruck why all of a sudden I was promoted and given a place side by side with Mr. Gandhi. In turning to Jinnah for support in Lithgow,